So in my opinion, there's very little a warm soft pretzel cannot fix. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Colleen and today is National Pretzel Day. There is very little that a warm, salty, soft pretzel cannot fix. I believe that in pretty much all instances. And if you are at the mall, you smell those pretzels, you're gonna go get them. But sadly, there's not an Auntie and pretzel within 2 hours of where I live. There used to be one like 30 minutes away, but it closed down. So today we are trying something new and we are going to attempt making pretzels at home. I've never made it before, I've never made this recipe, and you've seen some of my baking. Sometimes it does not always work out, but I'm hopeful because I really want a pretzel. Okay, if you also love soft pretzels as much as I do, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe because I've got some more budget food content coming your way. All right, let's get into these pretzels. So I'm going to attempt for the first time making homemade Auntie and copycat pretzels. All the stuff I already had in my house. Got about 2 cups of milk, 5 cups of just all-purpose flour, a 1/3 cup of brown sugar packed, 2 teaspoons of salt, half a stick of salted butter, and then I just have a pack of some yeast. Okay, so this recipe has us boiling our milk. So you don't want it scalding hot, but I want it to be hot milk. So we've got our hot milk. I'm sure you can see the steam. We're gonna go ahead and add our half a block of salted butter. And we're gonna add our 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Whoops. And we're gonna well combine everything together. And we're gonna combine everything and then we're gonna let the milk mixture cool a little bit until it's about 100 degrees, and then we'll add the yeast. The milk mixture has cooled down a little bit. So we're just adding our yeast that we have. I'll give it a good mix and I'll let it kind of sit and bloom for a couple minutes. All right, I've let the yeast kind of bloom for a few minutes. I went ahead and add this because we'll slowly incorporate the flour. I'm gonna go ahead and get this started, add my salt, and add the flour while the dough starts forming. The dough's looking good. It's all coming up from the edges. So I'm gonna stop it. And we should be all good to transfer and let it rest. So my dough has risen quite a little bit. I did ignore it at first because after an hour it did not rise at all. But now it's at least doubled in size. Just gonna go ahead and get it out of our bowl. Now the website says to turn it into 10 equal pieces. So I'm gonna try and kind of, I guess, square it off so I can cut it. And during this process, I am preheating my oven to 450 degrees. You can tell I did a very precise way of figuring out how big these should be. And in the pictures, they are much smaller pieces. Okay, so now that we have our 10 semi-even pieces, it just has to kind of roll it out. Oh, that didn't work. Kind of roll it out into like a skinny log. Now the website says you make them 36 inches long, and then we'll loop it into a pretzel. Okay, got a little bit of length. We definitely need it to be a lot longer, but it just might not get that long, and that's okay. I feel like I've seen them do this. Is that a thing? Oh, jump rope. Rope thing works. Alright, I'm gonna call this good enough. So it has you take it in half, and you kind of twist the bottom like 3 times, then you loop it, and just shows how the thickness is uneven everywhere. Okay, so about half. Go. Let's do a little 1, 2, 3. Like that. What do you think? That's like a little bit better. I'm gonna call this good enough. Good enough. All right. So now that the sad pretzel is made, we're going to give it a little bath in some warm water with a 1/3 cup of baking soda. And give this a really good mix. So what we do is we'll give it a bath on both sides, and we'll put it on a parchment-lined sheet of paper, or parchment, on our baking tray, which I should have brought over here, but I didn't. So you can see my second attempt was a bit better than my first. We're gonna bake these for 7 to 8 minutes at 450 degrees. It's been 8 minutes. Okay, they definitely could golden up a little bit. I'm gonna leave them in there for a few more minutes. Oh, that's looking good. I think I'm gonna pull them out. Okay. Of course, we had to go in with some melted butter. Then we'll throw in some salt, and we'll see how good these taste. I wish I had the thicker salt for this. I just have table salt, but it will do. Okay. So I did film my reaction to trying it the night I made it, but the sound quality was terrible, so I actually reheated some. I'm gonna try it right now.
I want to go in as well.
You want some pretzel too?
I want to go in as well. Yummy.
Yummy. So even the next day, it turned out really, really good. I kind of reheated them the way I would reheat like a frozen pretzel. I put a little water on it, a little salt, and just zapped in the microwave for 30 seconds. And it is still delicious. I'm definitely gonna eat this entire pretzel. Thank you guys for joining me today. I highly recommend you try this if you like soft pretzels. Other than the dough taking longer to rise than that 1 hour for me, which I discovered my yeast had expired a little bit, so I think that was it. It was a pretty simple recipe. The hardest part was trying to roll out the dough properly. But other than that, it was easy and relatively pretty fast to put together. I'm gonna throw the rest of these into the freezer and see how they hold up there. I'll let you know when I try them. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.